Hey, ho, let's go.
Let's go. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the stream.
Hello.
Nice to see you.
Very nice to see you. Welcome to the 1 to 3 focus activity webinar on
Yes, my
neighborhood. Yeah.
Whoa.
Exactly.
New word, neighborhood.
Yeah. We'll see that in a second, but first, we're going to introduce ourselves. So, my name is Alex. I come from England and I live in Bologna. How about you, Aaron?
My name is Aaron. I'm from Ireland and I also live in Bologna.
Fantastic. I live in Bologna. I'm just writing them up in the comments as well. So we have some examples.
So in the comments, please tell us, where do you live?
I'm from Ireland.
Where are you from and where do you live?
I'm
from Ireland.
I'm definitely not from Ireland.
Maybe you have some relatives.
Maybe. I know I have Welsh family.
Welsh family.
Yeah, but not Ireland. Maybe. Who knows? Who knows? Wales and Ireland.
I definitely have possibly Scottish or English ancestors.
Oh.
So
a mix.
A mix.
A real mix. So, Aaron, we already did the question, but just for clarity, where do you live?
I live in a big city called Bologna.
A big city called Bologna. Oh, nice. Surprise, I live in a big city called Bologna too.
Fantastic.
It's the same. So we use two with 2 O's if it's the same.
Also.
Positive as well. So the same.
Yes. The same and positive, exactly. So he lives in Bologna. I live in Bologna too. With 2 O's.
Exactly.
And if you're following us now, please tell us in the comments, where are you from and where do you live?
Yeah, what's your name as well?
Yes,
we'd love to see what your name is. But most importantly, where do you live?
So city, like Bologna, is very big. What if we have something a little bit smaller?
Yeah, so a city, how would we... Oh, we have Daniela.
Hello, Daniela.
Hello, Daniela. She's called Daniela, obviously. And she lives in Busto Garolfo, a small town. I don't know where is Busto Garolfo?
North, south, center? Let's ask her. Daniela, tell us where your town is in Italy.
Yeah, where is it? We are in Bologna at the moment. So you were explaining city. So what is a city? Is it big, medium, or small?
Yes, a city is definitely big. For example, Bologna, for example, Milan, for example, London, for example, Dublin.
Yeah,
and smaller than a city, we have a
town.
A town, yes, very good. So a town could be, I don't know, maybe
we could have that one's more difficult.
It's more difficult because there aren't many towns that are very famous, but maybe Monopoly. Monopoly is a town, right?
Yeah, okay, Monopoly is a town. We could even have...
It's near Milan.
Yeah, for example, Bergamo. Would you call that a city or a town?
No, a city, I would say.
In Italy, it's a city. It's a small city. Oh, Daniela says that Busto Garolfo is near Milan. Nice. Thank you, Daniela. So a town, Monopoly is a good one. Maybe Rimini.
Yeah, Rimini. Yeah, Rimini is a big town.
That could be a town. I'm trying to think of any other famous towns. It's difficult, this one.
Yeah. But yeah.
These are
that's a
all
really good-
examples of towns. So they're
But-
smaller than cities.
Mhm. If you have a very small place, we'd call it a village.
Tiny.
Village would be maybe around 1,000 inhabitants, maybe less,
Yeah.
maybe more, but that's
Exactly.
kind of the number. So very small, a village.
And famous villages? Oof.
Famous villages.
Oof. That one's very difficult.
That one's
Maybe
very difficult.
Busto Garolfo is no, she says it's a small town. So I will believe you. For example, I lived in near Milan as well, in a place called Gorgonzola.
Aha.
And
You lived in Gorgonzola.
I lived in
famous-
in Gorgonzola. Exactly. And I would describe it as a village because it was small. They had a school, just I think one school, no, two schools, sorry, a primary school and a secondary school, a gym, a cinema, and a supermarket. But again, small. So I'm going to write
a village.
Yeah, I'm going to write Gorgonzola. I come from, in England, where I come from a village. I think there are 2,000 inhabitants, but again, it's small. We have one school, a post office, a park, and a church, and that's it. Exactly. So Gorgonzola is a village. So city, big, town, medium, village, small. Oh, wow.
Sorry, I think I had a connection problem there.
Don't worry. Daniela says that Busto Garolfo has 13,000 inhabitants. Wow. Then that's a town. Very good.
That's definitely a
That's
town.
definitely a town. Good job, Daniela. Very good. Okay.
And it's a good thing she mentioned the big number, 13,000 in that case. Yeah, when we have a big number like this, if there are 3 zeros, then it's 13,000. Yeah,
exactly. I'll write it for you in just normal English. So 13,000, like this. So we have the 13 and then the 1,000. Great explanation, Aaron.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's find out, what are we doing today? It's all about this word here.
My neighborhood.
Neighborhood. What is
neighborhood?
Hood. That's strange. That's a strange word.
Very strange word.
Maybe you've seen, oh, Gianluca is here. I think Gianluca is a higher level though than 1 to 3.
Aaron, I thought that you would have done the St. Patrick's Day webinar. Unfortunately, no. It's organized. Hi, Gianluca. It's organized by the Milan School, and it will be tonight, right?
Yeah, it will be tonight. I think from 7, maybe. When is it?
I can't remember now. But yes, it'll be organized by the Milan
from
School.
6 to 8.
From 6 to 8.
Now.
So right now. But yeah, it was the Milan School organizing it, unfortunately. So I wasn't invited.
It's not good. Poor Aaron. Poor
but
Aaron.
I celebrated St. Patrick's Day 2 days ago. So
okay, so Gianluca confirmed it just started now. I think he was looking for you. Okay, so back to neighborhood, which is again a strange word. Maybe neighborhood, or Neighborhoods. Two spellings.
Yes, one is American, one is British. The first one that you can see there on the screen is the British spelling, while the American one is without the U.
Exactly. The pronunciation is the same though. So neighborhood.
Neighborhood.
What is a neighborhood?
The neighborhood is the area of the city in which you live. So, for example, famous neighborhoods. What is that famous neighborhood in Naples? Is it like Scampia or something?
There's also like Spagnolo, isn't there?
Oh yeah,
Quartiere Spagnolo.
something like that. Yes, in
Something like that.
Collegio di Spagna, maybe in
Something.
Rome, or something
Yeah.
like that. Anyway, famous neighborhoods. Matteo says that he lives in Vietri sul Mare, in Salerno.
Nice.
Or near
Hello,
Salerno.
Matteo. Hello, Matteo.
Hi, Matteo. Matteo, tell us, what type of place is this? Is it a city, a town, or a village?
Or a village, exactly. We're curious. We had, I think previously we had Daniela who said that she lives in a small town, but it has 13,000 inhabitants, so very precise. How about you, Matteo? So the
How
neighborhood
big is your town?
Exactly. How big is it? Is it a city, a town, or a village? I'm trying to think of a famous. So, like in New York, you have different neighborhoods. So maybe you have Manhattan is a neighborhood. I think it's a borough technically, but neighborhood.
Let's say neighborhood. Queens.
Queens is a neighborhood, very famous one in New York. London
Bronx
has lots of different neighborhoods as well.
Camden Town.
Exactly. We have a lot of, for example, here in Italy, nearly every important city has the center, which is the historical center, which is a neighborhood as well. Okay.
Oh, Notting Hill, yes.
Nice, Daniela. Notting Hill, very good.
Yes,
that's a neighborhood.
That's definitely a neighborhood in London, right?
Yeah, yeah. Matteo says he lives in a town. Fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic. Do you know how many people are in your town? I'll be curious to know. I don't know about mine. Okay, so
I don't know
neighborhood.
either.
Where do you live, Aaron? What neighborhood do you live in?
That's a good question. I don't know the name of my neighborhood at the moment. I
guess
think
you live in the historical center.
Yes, definitely. I don't know if it has a specific name. I suppose San Domenico.
No. Maybe, yeah, in Bologna.
Mm-hmm.
I live in, I think Saragozza. I think
is the name of the neighborhood.
Is the name of the neighborhood, I think. But we'll see. Usually neighborhoods are for cities or towns. A village is very small. So
it's very difficult to have a neighborhood.
One neighborhood, the village. The village is the neighborhood. Okay, so let's get into this. Aaron, can you read the focus activity?
Absolutely. My neighborhood. In this focus activity, neighborhood vocabulary, there are adverbs of frequency.
Okay, there are. Let's have a look. So we're going to ask and answer some of these questions. We've already done number 1. Where do you live? So Matteo lives in Vietri sul Mare, and Daniela lives in Busto Garolfo.
Yes,
near
two
Milan.
Very interesting places.
Yeah, interesting names as well.
And on two different sides of the country.
Yeah, exactly.
Daniela is in the north and Matteo is
in the middle.
And we're in the middle, yeah.
We've also done number 2, more or less. Can you read that, Aaron?
what neighborhood do you live in? And Matteo replies, my neighborhood is in the historic center. Nice, good.
We just need the verb to be, okay? So my neighborhood is, so either is in the historic center or is the historic center.
And Daniela says, I live in the countryside. Very good, Daniela. We didn't mention this, but yes, the countryside is the area outside the city where there aren't many cars or houses or people.
Anything.
It's usually farms, fields, animals.
Exactly.
The countryside.
So I think both me and you come from the countryside originally.
Yes.
Nice.
Originally, I'm from the countryside. Well, from a small town. Yeah.
Nice. We have number 3. Is your neighborhood big or small? That's a good question.
My neighborhood is, quite big. I'm in the center. I'm in the historic center of Bologna, so it's very big.
It's quite big. I think my neighborhood is, I think it's big as well because it's outside, but it contains a lot of things. How about you, Daniela and Matteo? How big is your neighborhood? Is it big or small? Fantastic,
Mateo's neighborhood is small. Fantastic. Very good.
Good job, Matteo. Good job. How about you, Daniela? So you live in the countryside, but is your neighborhood big or small?
I imagine it's small, but we'll see what Daniela says.
Yeah, I'm curious.
Do you like your neighborhood?
Yeah.
I think here we could introduce some adjectives to describe your neighborhood.
Definitely.
So what adjective could you use if, there's cars going by, beep, beep, noises, shops?
Good, Daniela. So my neighborhood is very small. Fantastic. Do you want to learn so we can say very, very small is good. That's a very good thing. But if you want, you can say tiny, which means very small. So my neighborhood is tiny. And Matteo says that he doesn't like.
Hi, Vittoria.
Hi, Vittoria. Hello. Where are you from, Vittoria? Are you from a city, a town, or a village? Where are you from? So, Aaron, you were saying beep, beep.
Lots of noise.
Yeah. I would say that that's noisy.
Noisy. Very good.
There is a lot of, there is chaos, noise in your neighborhood.
Noisy. So, for example, my neighborhood is in the center of Bologna. So, during the week, it's quiet, but at the weekend, in the evening, it's very noisy.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true. Oh, we have some, so Vittoria says that she's from Naples, which is great. And she's from a city. Good job, Vittoria.
And Vittoria, tell us about your neighborhood. So the area of the city where you live.
Do you live in a big neighborhood, a small neighborhood? Where do you live? And Daniela says that she likes her neighborhood. Good.
Fantastic.
I'm happy.
Good.
I'm happy for you.
And what about you, Alex? Do you like your neighborhood?
Yes, I like my neighborhood. It's quiet and there are lots of families here. So again, it's quiet. There's not a lot of noise usually, which is good.
And so quiet is the opposite of noisy.
Yeah, okay. Quiet, not noisy. Opposite.
And Vittoria says, I was born in my neighborhood, maybe?
Maybe in my neighborhood. Yes. So you've lived in the same place
For all your
forever.
life?
Maybe. So we have noisy, quiet. So my neighborhood is quiet. Aaron's neighborhood is noisy.
Sometimes noisy.
Sometimes. Victoria says no. So tell us about, I was born in what neighborhood? What neighborhood of Naples were you born in?
What area of Naples?
Exactly. So we have adjectives. I'm going to write these all up, I think. Adjectives to describe a city. So we have noisy, we have quiet. What else?
Busy.
What is busy?
Busy is with lots of activity. Yeah, lots of
Exactly.
people moving, shops, bars, restaurants, active.
Yeah. So yeah, people, workers, etc. So, for example, Milan is a very busy city. Rome is a
Yes,
very
Milan is a very
busy
busy city.
city. Both of these are busy
Definitely.
cities. Okay.
Aha, so Vittoria lives in the neighborhood of San Ferdinando Chiaia, in the center. Fantastic.
Oh, nice.
Fantastic.
So is it noisy or quiet? I'm curious.
Please tell us in the comments.
In the center, great. So we had some other ones. So noisy, quiet, busy. What's another one? The opposite of busy is quiet again, basically.
Basically, yes. Quiet. Again, yeah.
Good, Vittoria, in the center.
Matteo gives us a description of his neighborhood. My neighborhood is small and polluted.
Nice.
In my town, there are many shops, many ceramic shops and restaurants. Interesting.
Okay. Pay attention.
Remember that in English we put the adjective before the noun. So ceramic shops.
Exactly. And careful with the spelling as well. So we have polluted and ceramic shops, just one O in both of them. So polluted and shops, not shoops. It's a nice sound though, shoops. Shoop, shoop, doo-doo-doo. Sounds like the Beatles.
They come together.
Yeah. Noisy, quiet, busy, touristy.
Touristy, yes, very good. Especially for big cities, like maybe the center of Naples. Maybe if there are a lot of tourists, your neighborhood might be touristy. And Daniela says, I live in a quiet neighborhood with many trees. It is fantastic. Well done.
Nice. Good job, Daniela. Hi, Michele.
Welcome to the stream.
Welcome. So I'm going to put up the different adjectives that we have so far. It's here. Oh, nice, Vittoria. In my quarter, so in my neighborhood, there are many restaurants and a lyric theater. So
wow,
nice.
Maybe an opera theater.
Maybe an opera theater. Maybe. And its name is San Carlo. Nice.
Very nice.
Yes. Thank you, Vittoria.
Not quarter, but neighborhood.
Exactly. Michele, where do you live? Where are you from? Are you from a city, a town, or a village? Let's see, Matteo.
In my town, there are many tourists. Very good. Remember the plural, many tourists. plural.
Exactly.
S. Very good though. So your city is, or your town is touristy.
Very good. Very, very good. Okay. So we have these 4 adjectives. Describe your city, town, or village. Let's move on to the next question in the meantime.
So, who is your neighbor?
I think my neighbor is someone who lives next to me. So, for example, if I put this screen, Aaron, creative use. Aaron is next to me. We are next to each other. So now Aaron is my neighbor.
Yes, more or less. My screen neighbor.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So neighbor is when you live next to someone.
Exactly.
Okay.
Or maybe if you live in an apartment building, it's the people that live in your apartment building are more or less your
Exactly.
neighbors.
Exactly. So, for example, I have, how many neighbors do I have? I have 1, 2, 3, 3 neighbors in my apartment building. Just 3.
Are they
Um,
nice? Do you like them?
uh, no, I don't like my neighbors below me. They've they've been doing some illegal things. So
Okay.
there was a police raid.
Really?
Yes, at
Oh
4,
no.
5 in the morning.
Oh
I
no.
can, you can imagine the rest. For the
Yeah, I
most part,
can.
they're okay, but it would be nice if they were a little bit, you know,
We have some descriptions.
really good.
Michele says, my town is very small. There is
Good.
the initial is not necessary. So
Yeah,
my
just my
town is very
town.
small.
Good.
Matteo says, my town is touristy. Excellent.
Fantastic.
And Michele says, my town is very small. Very
Good
good.
correction. Good correction. Very good correction. Um, so I don't like my neighbors. They could be better. How about you, Aaron?
So I've only recently moved into this house,
Yeah.
but I have met one neighbor, and he is very nice, very friendly, very helpful. He helped change the name on the
Oh,
doorbell.
oh, nice. So where you go,
Mhm.
ding dong.
Exactly. So he put
Nice.
my name on the doorbell. So very friendly, very nice.
Very, very friendly. Daniela says that her neighborhood is
It's
boring and she likes this.
absolutely.
Maybe it's
Uh,
quiet.
yeah, because boring usually has a negative connotation to it, but quiet
Exactly.
is good. So I would say
Exactly.
it's quiet. Yeah.
And
Uh,
Victoria likes the neighborhood because it's full. So it's full of shops. Fantastic, Victoria. And she
so it's
likes her
probably very
neighbors.
busy.
Yeah, I imagine. But if
Fantastic.
she likes shopping, it's good. It's good. Very good
Definitely.
job, guys. Very,
Well
very good.
done. Well done.
So let's continue on to number 4. What I want to do now is, can you match the photos with the vocabulary? Aaron, can you read the vocabulary?
We have library, post office, dog park, pharmacy, hair salon, church, and school.
Good. At home, I want you to practice the pronunciation as well. So if you hear us say a new word, like, I don't know, maybe it's not a new
Church.
word, but yeah, church, repeat. So church, church. So you can practice as well. Um, Good, Victoria. In English, we need an object. So yes, I like it.
It.
You can use it because it's easier. Yes, I like it. Okay. So, oh, and Matteo says that, oh, my neighbor.
Yeah. So in this case, if you're talking about a person, he is your neighbor, not neighborhood. The neighborhood is
Exactly.
the part of the city. The neighbor is the person who lives next to you. So your neighbor drinks too much. That's terrible. Or great.
That's very good. Okay, so Victoria is steaming ahead. She says A is library. Very good.
Excellent. Very
And
good.
B is church.
Very good. Yes.
Fantastic.
Remember that in English, library is public. Library is the place where you go to borrow a book.
Exactly. And then you return the book when you have
Mhm.
finished. Okay. So we have a library and a church. Is there a library in Bologna?
Yes, there is a very big and famous library. It's called
Yeah.
Sala Borsa.
Exactly.
And the special part of Sala Borsa is that underneath, so the library is here, under the library, there are some Roman ruins.
Yeah. Have you visited them?
Yes, I have. I went there with
Okay.
some friends.
Nice, 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 nice. Please come to Bologna and see it. Okay, everyone's doing a great job as well. So good job, Daniela, Vittoria as well, and Matteo for C. That is indeed a post office. Very good. We even have D from Vittoria. Great job. And
Good
Daniela
job,
also.
Matteo. And Daniela as well. Yes, very
Very
good.
good.
Excellent.
That is
Good
a
job.
pharmacy.
Good job. What is another word for pharmacy?
We have chemist is a possibility.
Chemist.
So pharmacy is the same as a chemist. Okay. Great. So pharmacy is chemist.
And Vittoria says that in Naples there are many libraries in the universities, I imagine.
Okay, nice. Careful with the plural. So if we have a single noun that ends with a Y, so with the Y, it changes. So library is singular. The plural is libraries, and it changes the spelling. Okay, like this. Libraries.
Exactly.
That's the plural. Okay.
This is very common in English when you have the consonant. Yeah.
Exactly. If you think, for example, we have story. Story is singular. So for example, Toy Story.
Yes.
That's just one story. But if we have lots of them, then they become
stories. With an IES. Very good.
So it changes. It changes. We've got, so Vittoria also said E, school. Really good.
And we have F, I think someone said earlier, is the dog park. Yes, there we go. Vittoria says it again, dog park. Very good. But somebody said it earlier in the comments as well.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
Matteo,
Michele
who
said it.
And Matteo said dog parking.
Kind of. Okay,
Yes,
yeah,
remember
good.
dog park.
And then he corrected it, so to park. Very good.
Perfect.
Oh, Vittoria also, she changed it to stories immediately after, which is very good. Good job. Good job. So yes, F is the dog park. And G, naturally, is the hair salon. So good job, Vittoria, Matteo, Daniela, everyone.
Yes, well
Very,
done.
very
Well
good.
done. Very well done.
Very good. So let's move to 6 now.
Hmm. Good.
What is that? What does that mean?
Yes, what is there in your neighborhood? Tell us in the comments what things there are in your neighborhood. Already, some of you have answered this question. Like, for example, Vittoria saying in Naples there are many libraries. Or, no, sorry, she said earlier,
There are lots of them in the
shops.
university area. Shops, yeah, good.
I like my neighborhood because it's full of shops. Yeah. So tell us what is there in your neighborhood. So use the form there is.
Exactly. So in my neighborhood, there is a school, a park, and a hospital.
Oh, a big hospital, I know.
Very big hospital. So this is for my neighborhood. What about your neighborhood, Aaron?
In my neighborhood, there is a big church. There are lots of shops, and there is a courthouse. New vocabulary.
There is a courthouse. What is a courthouse?
A courthouse. It's very specific, but exactly, it's where you have the court. Yeah.
Exactly. So
lawyers work there. Criminals are sent to the courthouse
with judges. Exactly. Okay. What about your neighborhoods? What is there in your neighborhoods? Let's have a look at some more examples. Aaron, can you read those?
In this neighborhood, there is a school. In this neighborhood, there are 2 dog parks. When you answer in the comments, please use in my neighborhood.
Exactly. Exactly. And pay attention here. We have the singular, there is. Okay. And we have the plural, there are. Also, when we have a singular, we need the article. So a school, there is a school. But when we are plural, there is no article. It's just the number. So there are 2 dog parks. Not there are 2 dog parks. There are 2 dog parks. I think we have more examples.
Aha, Vittoria says, in my neighborhood, there are many cinemas, plural. 5 churches and...
Very good.
An English school. Yes, fantastic.
Very good, Vittoria. Very good, Vittoria.
Remember, this is just the plural on cinemas. Many cinemas.
Exactly. But very good job, Vittoria. Very, very good.
Also, they tell me it's a very good English school.
Yeah. I think so. We've been working there for a while now. Okay. We have one more example. So in this neighborhood, there are lots of restaurants. I think Daniela used it, didn't she? No, she said 5. But I've seen it before, I think. Matteo also has another one.
In my neighborhood, there is a supermarket and there is a bar. There is a restaurant. Okay, very good. Very good.
Fantastic.
Very good, Vittoria.
Good correction.
Herself and
good correction.
An English school. Very good use of the article, an English school, because we have E, English school, so we use an.
Exactly, an English school.
In front of a vowel.
Good job. So, I think we're going to do this one, aren't we? We also have the negative.
Yes.
Here. So
the affirmative is there is, the negative is there isn't. Yeah. For the singular. For the plural?
For the plural, there aren't any. We always use any as well. So there is the plural affirmative, and there are is no, it's the singular affirmative. Oof. The plural affirmative. Okay.
So also tell us what there isn't in your neighborhood. So for example, in my neighborhood, there is a pharmacy, but there aren't any swimming pools.
Ah, big problem.
No swimming pools.
So, in my neighborhood, there is a hospital, but there isn't a cinema. Oh no, there is a cinema.
Mm.
But there isn't a good cinema.
Mm.
Let me specify.
Okay.
It's a church cinema. It's a strange one.
Okay. So what's about? Okay. Okay.
Um,
Where is it?
it's next to the park here. It's next to the church, essentially. There's this church cinema where it's strange.
Victoria asks a question.
Ooh.
Is there a gym? Very good use of the question. Very good. For the question, we
Very good
invert
question.
subject and verb. So instead of there is there.
Very good.
Excellent. Is there a gym? In my neighborhood, no, there isn't a gym. And in yours, Alex?
In my neighborhood, there are gyms. There are several gyms, I think. Yeah, there are several gyms. What about in your neighborhood? What is there?
And what isn't there?
And what isn't there? I'm trying to think of things that we don't have. So there aren't any discos in this neighborhood. What else?
Oh yes, there aren't any discos in my neighborhood either.
Which is good.
Let me think about it. Yes.
There is a
But there are
dance
a
floor.
lot of bars.
Oh, nice. Victoria?
In Victoria's neighborhood, there isn't a hospital.
Very good spelling as well in the seconds. Good correction. Very, very good. What is there in your neighborhood? There isn't a university in my neighborhood. There isn't a university.
There isn't a fire station.
Ooh, fire station. That's a good word as well. So we have a hospital, which is for ambulances, doctors, nurses. So that's one emergency service. We have the police station for criminals and police. And then we have the fire station for fire, obviously.
Exactly. So the people who work there are called firefighters.
Great.
And the vehicle is called a fire truck.
Yeah, exactly. So a fire station is where firefighters work. Okay, good. Is there a supermarket in your neighborhood?
Not a very big supermarket. There is a small supermarket.
Okay.
And what about in your neighborhood? Is there a big supermarket?
There's a medium-sized supermarket. It's okay.
Okay.
Matteo. In my neighborhood, there is a supermarket and there isn't a swimming pool. Great job. And there are many food shops. Shops, 1-0. So all shops. And there aren't many schools. Fantastic.
Okay. Good.
Great
Very
job,
good,
Matteo.
Excellent
Very, very
description.
good. Great description.
Okay.
Fantastic. I think we have.
Is there a swimming pool in your neighborhood?
I think, yes, there is a swimming pool in my neighborhood. I think. I'm not sure. Yes,
Fire station is the house. Yes. Yes. So
exactly.
remember, Victoria, if you want to ask us a question, put the verb at the beginning. So, is the fire station the house of the firefighters? Question mark.
Exactly. Good, good though. So fire station is the house of the
Yes, it is
firefighters.
the house of the firefighters. Yes.
I think we have just about enough time for this
Mm-hmm.
one. How often?
Mm-hmm. So,
So,
how often is a question that we use for frequency?
exactly. And we have them here. So never, always, every day, once a week, twice a month. And what is once and twice?
It would be one time and two times. But usually in English, we don't say one time and two times, but we say once and twice.
Exactly. For three, we can say three times, and then
Three
four
times is
times,
normal.
five times. But for
Six
one and
times,
two,
etc.
once, twice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's have a look at an example. Can you
I
read
never
both?
go. I never go to the dog park. I go to the cinema once a month. I go to school every day. Mhm.
Hmm,
So, for example, now I go to the supermarket once a week.
yeah. Yes, exactly. So we can ask this as a question is how often do you go to the and then supermarket or gym,
Mm.
cinema, etc. So Aaron, how often do you go to school?
If it's my English school, I go every day.
Exactly. Exactly. Um,
How often do you go to the cinema, Alex?
I go to the cinema maybe once a month. Once
Hmm.
a month. How often do you go to the park?
Hmm. Oh, good question. It depends on the season.
In
In
10 minutes,
the
we will talk about seasons
Yes.
and weather. Tune in. Tune
But
in.
in the spring or in the summer, I go to the park once a week.
Nice. Really nice.
And you, Alex, how often do you go? How often do you go? I don't know. How often do you go to the hospital?
I never go to the hospital. Never,
Good
ever,
for you.
ever.
Good for you.
I'm very lucky. How often do you go to the library?
Oh, I never go to the library.
Everything's
Um,
online now.
Everything is online. Sometimes I
Oh,
go to the library in the university to study. And
okay.
Vittoria says, I go to English school once a week. Fantastic.
Very good. And
And
Matteo
Matteo
says,
says, yeah,
I never go to the theater. Careful with the spelling,
theater,
where
E-R,
the
or
H
R-E.
is exactly, depending on if you're British or American, you can
Mhm.
spell it in either of these two ways. So theater or theater, there's the same. And Vittoria says that she often goes to the cinema. Very
And
good.
every day
And
I go to work.
fantastic. That's really
Well,
good,
well
Vittoria.
done. Well done, Victoria. I'd recommend putting every day at the end of the sentence. I go to work every day.
Yeah, that's a good point. Every day.
And Matteo says, I always go to my yes. Well done, Matteo. Well done.
Very good, Matteo. Just like me and Aaron.
Yes. Do you work
Ooh,
at my English school?
maybe. Vittoria says sometimes she goes to the theater, which is great. And Daniela also.
I hardly ever leave my home.
Yep.
In this period, that's good. That's
In this
good.
period, that's very good. Exactly what we need to do. Okay,
Mhm.
guys. So that's all we have time for.
Very
thank
well
you.
done. Excellent.
Very, very good job to all of you. So thank you, Matteo, Daniela, Vittoria, Michele. Who else? Was there anyone
Thank
else?
you for joining us in our stream.
Thank you, thank you. And in 10 minutes, both myself and Aaron will be back for the weather.
Yes, another webinar on the weather.
Exactly. So look out your windows and see. It's dark now, but hey ho. Okay, see you soon.
See you soon. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.